Okay, hi guys. Okay, now, Nama. Okay, so hi guys. Now we are going to be looking at the next method to solve, which is using the formula method. So, okay, so basically, this is what the formula is that you need to know. If you see at the bottom here, x equals to minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So this is the formula. X equals to minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So this is the formula, and you don't need to know the derivation for this, but if you're interested, you can check it out. I have put the derivation here as well, so you can take a look at it in your free time. Okay, so you may be wondering how this works. So let's go through some examples and then you'll understand. Uh, you'll understand. Yep. So let's look at this question. So we have 3x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals to 0. So in this case, you remember for quadratic equation, the first thing we learn is the equation is in a form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Yeah, so it follows the same structure. So when you're looking at the equation, it goes x equals to, uh, remember it was minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, remember that? So it follows the same structure. So in this case, your b is sorry, your a is equals to 3, b is equals to 4, c equals to minus 5. So it will be minus 4 plus or minus root of 4 square minus 4 times 3 times 4 over 2 times 3. Okay? Then if you simplify this, you will get minus 4 plus or minus root 76 over 6. Okay? And then you can simplify further and you will get x is equals to 0.786 or minus 2.12. Yes, so this is your final answer. So, yeah, this is how uh, this works essentially. So, and then one more thing to note, right? Your b square minus 4ac. There's one way that you can make sure, because, okay, for example, right, let's say if your b square minus 4ac, if it's negative, then you can't solve the equation. So, you can, what you should do is you should check your b square minus 4ac before you sub in all the values. So what you can do is just calculate b square minus 4ac. So if in this case it would be just 4 square minus 4 times 3 times 4. 4 square minus, sorry, this should be minus 5 by the way. Made a careless mistake. Yeah, so this would actually give 76. So it is more than 0. So in this case, right, uh, just know that there are three cases. So if your b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, there will be two solutions. Okay? If it's b square minus 4ac is equals to 0, there will only be one solution. And if it is less than 0, there won't be any solution. Okay? So sometimes, right, you may forget to calculate the b square minus 4ac, especially for your third case here, for this case. So if you don't calculate and then you straight away put the equation in your calculator, it would return as math error or no solution. Okay, that's because your square root cannot be negative. Okay, so just to summarize, your first step, check check if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. Then 2, use formula. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, so now let's do one more example. So we have this equation which goes x minus 1 square equals to 4x minus 5. So if you see in this context, we don't it's not in a form of ax square plus bx plus c. So you need to manipulate the equation such that it gives you this form. So you need to expand it and then simplify. So you'll get x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals to 4x minus 5. X squared minus 6x minus plus 6 equals to 0. Okay, so your a is equals to 1, b equals to minus 6, c equals to 6. So if you use the formula, you will get x equals to, uh, sorry, before we use the formula, we need to check if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. So b squared minus 4ac is actually equals to 6 square minus 4 times 1 times 6. So this should give 12, which is greater than 0. So that means there are two solutions. Okay? Now you can sub into the formula. X is actually equals to minus b. So minus times minus 6 plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac. We found out earlier that it's equals to 12 over 2 times 1. And then you can simplify to get your final answer. Okay? So this is how the formula method works. And that sums up this method. Thank you. Okay, I will quickly resume with the graphical method. Okay, so graphical method is actually very simple as well. It's not a big concept. So let's take a look at it. So it's essentially using your graph to find the values of your x. So let's take a look. Um, so if I have this equation, for example, that y is equals to 2x squared minus 4x minus 1, and I'm told to solve this using graphical method. Okay, the question will give you a range of value that uh for x. So for example, let's say in this context, you're given that x ranges between 4 to minus 2. Okay? So your first step is to draw the table. X, Y, and then you find the value for each of it. X minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Yeah. And then you calculate the Y value for each of this. So you should get okay, I want you guys to calculate yourself. So I won't be going through this. Yeah, so once you do this, all you have to do is just plot the graph, okay? Plot the graph. So let's say just for example, uh the graph looks like just an example, so just say it looks like this. So your answers would be your reading of, you should just read off these two values. So these are your values. Okay? Okay, let me go through another example. So uh let's look at this. y is equals to x squared minus 4x plus 4. So again, same concept. If the question says that x ranges between 5 and -1, we draw the table again. That is another question. I'll just draw a line. Okay. -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you calculate the y value for it. So if you actually go calculate, this is the values that you will get. 0, 0, 1, 4, 9. Okay? And once you calculate, just plot the graph. Okay, I'm drawing on iPad, so it may not be as accurate, but I'll try my best. So, 10, 8. 2, 4, 6. Okay, and then once you plot, you should get a nice quadratic graph. Yeah. So the graph should look something like this. Okay, it's like drawn in freehand, so not very accurate. Okay. So your graph should look something like this, but obviously like smoother. So yeah, and if you see, right, your solution for this graph would be x is equals to 2. So what you're trying to find out is your x-intercept. And there's only one solution. One solution. So does this ring a bell? Remember previously we learned that if b squared minus 4ac is equals to 0, that means there's only one solution. Okay, so let's double check if that's the case. So if you see b squared minus 4ac is equals to 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4, which actually gives you to be 0. So which is why there's only one x-intercept. So just a quick summary. Um, if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, your graph would look something like that. So there will be two intercepts. If it's equals to 0, then there will only be one intercept. Okay? And if it's less than 0, there won't be any intercepts. Okay? So these are the three different cases that you can come across. So yeah. But you don't have to know this when plotting graphs. Just know the concept of it and it will be useful for you in future. But the main thing is being able to solve the question using graphical method. So your final answer is basically your x-intercept. Okay, so that marks the end of this method.